Before we start, just a quick reminder to hit that subscribe button. Only 2% are subscribers, and remember, at 1,000 subscribers, I'll be posting a special video. In the sprawling, opulent chambers of the Galactic Council, an air of tension and urgency filled the grand auditorium. The vast circular room, adorned with holographic projections of distant galaxies and illuminated by a soft, ambient light that mimicked the stars, was usually a place of quiet diplomacy and measured discussions. Today, however, it buzzed with a different energy, a mix of fear, curiosity, and skepticism as representatives from thousands of star systems gathered for an emergency session. The session had been called to address a concern that had been growing at the edges of the Milky Way, the rapid advancement and unpredictable nature of a newly spacefaring species, humans. Up until a few decades ago, Earth had been a mere footnote in the Council's deliberations, a primitive planet ensnared in its own internal conflicts and technological infancy. But recent human explorations into deep space and their accidental discovery of warp technology, presumably from a long-abandoned alien outpost on Mars, had catapulted them into the limelight. High Chancellor Vorex, a being of imposing stature and translucent skin, who represented the Andromedan systems, rose to speak. His voice, deep and resonant, echoed through the chamber. "Esteemed delegates, we are gathered here to discuss the matter of the humans. They are a species marked by rapid technological leaps, unpredictable behavior, and, most disturbingly, a penchant for conflict resolution through military means." Murmurs filled the chamber as multiple screens displayed incidents involving human spacecraft, skirmishes with pirate fleets, aggressive territory marking in the asteroid belts, and unauthorized explorations into forbidden zones. Each example was met with a mix of disdain and worry from the assembly. Yet, not all were moved by the presentations. The Krellians, a warrior race known for their militaristic culture and technological prowess, watched these displays with growing contempt rather than concern. Their leader, Commander Zek, a robust figure clad in shimmering armor, scoffed at the warnings. When he finally stood to address the council, his tone was dismissive. "This council worries too much about a primitive race. The humans, like all young species, are simply stumbling through their first steps into the cosmos. They pose no real threat. If they step out of line, we will handle them as we have handled other upstarts." This bold declaration sparked a heated debate among the council members. Some argued for preemptive measures to contain the potential threat, advocating for sanctions or even a show of force to intimidate humanity into compliance. Others suggested a more diplomatic approach, proposing to mentor humanity and integrate them into the galactic community, helping guide their development towards a more peaceful and cooperative existence. As the argument swirled, an agreement seemed distant, with the council deeply divided. The Krellians, ever confident in their military might, prepared to take unilateral action, convinced they could easily subjugate Earth and demonstrate the folly of human resistance. Meanwhile, a small faction of the council, led by Ambassador Tali from the serene planet of Illyria, called for patience and the opening of communications with Earth, hoping to bridge understanding before conflict erupted. The session adjourned with no consensus, leaving the chamber charged with unresolved tensions and the specter of conflict looming larger than before. High Chancellor Vorex, his expression unreadable, watched the delegates disperse, a deep sense of foreboding settling over him. He had seen many civilizations rise and fall, and he wondered if the humans, with their fiery spirit and rapid ascendancy, were destined to ignite a war that could engulf the galaxy. He hoped wisdom would prevail before the fears of the council became a self-fulfilling prophecy. At a highly secure, covert military base buried deep in the Nevada desert, General Ava Strickland paced the Situation Room, her mind racing with the implications of the Galactic Council's fragmented response to humanity's rise. News of the Council's emergency session had leaked, an unfortunate but inevitable consequence of human ingenuity in intercepting transmissions not meant for them. Strickland, a seasoned veteran known for her sharp intellect and unwavering calm under pressure, was tasked with preparing Earth's defenses and diplomatic strategies. Surrounded by her top advisors and an array of digital screens displaying real-time data from orbital satellites and deep space sensors, Strickland reviewed the latest intelligence reports. Her team had detected unusual activity beyond the Kuiper Belt, an unidentified object moving towards Earth with deliberate speed. "Looks like we're about to have company," she murmured, eyes narrowing at the trajectory analysis. The team sprang into action, coordinating with Space Command centers around the globe and deploying a newly formed unit, the Space Defense Force, SDF. These were not just pilots and soldiers, but scientists and engineers, trained to deal with extraterrestrial threats and opportunities alike. As the object, a massive, sleek spacecraft of unmistakable alien origin, approached, Strickland ordered a state of high alert, but restrained any aggressive action. "Let's not start a war on a misunderstanding," she instructed her communications team. The alien ship, bearing the markings of the Krellian military, as decrypted from the earlier intercepted communications, entered Earth's orbit and paused. A tense hour passed with the world watching. Finally, a communication channel opened. The message was terse. "Human leaders, this is Commander Zek of the Krellian Dominion. We are here to discuss your surrender." The audacity of the demand took even Strickland aback, but she responded with diplomatic poise. "Commander Zek, this is General Ava Strickland of the Earth Coalition. We welcome peaceful dialogue. However, we are not prepared to discuss any form of surrender." Negotiations were tense, with the Krellians underestimating human resolve and technological capabilities. They insisted on displaying their military might, initiating a demonstration by firing a series of warning shots near Earth's major cities, not to destroy but to intimidate. However, human technology had advanced in leaps and bounds. Earth's orbital defense systems, equipped with kinetic interceptors and energy shields, managed to neutralize the demonstration without catastrophic damage. This unexpected failure embarrassed the Krellians and enraged Zek. In a rash decision, he ordered a small-scale tactical strike on the SDF headquarters in orbit. The battle was brief but intense. Humans, prepared for such an eventuality, utilized their advanced AI-driven tactical defense systems. They managed to disable the Krellian strike force, capturing several of their advanced fighters. The skirmish ended as quickly as it began, with minimal human casualties and significant Krellian hardware in human hands. This encounter not only proved humanity's military readiness, but also marked a critical moment of realization for Earth's leaders. Diplomacy with the Krellians would be more complex than anticipated, requiring a display of strength and strategic acumen. As the debris settled in orbit, Strickland convened her advisors. "Prepare for a prolonged engagement," she ordered, her voice steady. "This was a test, and we've passed. But the real challenge lies ahead. We must analyze this captured technology immediately and be ready for what comes next. This isn't just about survival now, it's about securing our place in the cosmos." Following the initial encounter that defied their expectations, the Krellians recalibrated their strategy for Earth. Commander Zek, humiliated by the setback and driven by a desire to reassert Krellian superiority, prepared for a full-scale assault. He believed that a decisive demonstration of power would bring the humans to their knees, underestimating the resolve and ingenuity of his opponents. Back on Earth, General Ava Strickland, having proven Earth's defensive capabilities, now faced the daunting task of preparing for an inevitable larger conflict. Utilizing the captured Krellian technology, human engineers worked feverishly to reverse-engineer alien systems, integrating advanced energy weapons and shields into Earth's already formidable arsenal. Teams of scientists and tacticians simulated countless scenarios, planning for every possible form of Krellian attack. As the Krellian armada advanced toward Earth, a network of satellites and manned outposts across Earth's orbit served as the first line of defense. The Space Defense Force, bolstered by their recent success and the integration of alien technology, stood ready. Fighter pilots, drone operators, and ship commanders, all hand-picked for their skills and bravery, manned their posts, their nerves taut with anticipation. The battle commenced when the Krellian fleet, a menacing array of warships, broke through the Oort cloud. Earth's orbital sensors lit up with warnings as the ships deployed an array of advanced weaponry, from plasma beams to quantum torpedoes. However, the humans were not to be outdone. Utilizing guerrilla tactics learned from centuries of warfare on their own planet, Earth's defenders orchestrated a series of hit-and-run attacks. Captain Michael Torres, a seasoned pilot and tactician, led the SDF's elite squadron, the Black Aces. Under his command, the squadron utilized the agility and advanced cloaking technology of their newly upgraded fighters to outmaneuver the larger, though less agile, Krellian ships. In a daring move, Torres and his team executed a maneuver that brought them dangerously close to the Krellian flagship, deploying electromagnetic pulses that temporarily disabled its main cannons. Meanwhile, on the defensive front, Earth's orbital stations unleashed a volley of kinetic projectiles, taking advantage of the Krellians' momentary disarray. The projectiles, designed to pierce through shields and hulls, inflicted significant damage on several Krellian cruisers, forcing them to retreat for emergency repairs. The Krellians, shocked by the effectiveness of the human resistance, launched a counteroffensive, deploying their elite commandos in an attempt to board and seize control of Earth's primary space station. This move led to intense close-quarter battles in the vacuum of space, with human and Krellian soldiers engaged in a desperate struggle for control. The human forces trained for such scenarios managed to repel the invaders, but not without significant losses. As the battle raged, a turning point came when human intelligence, analyzing data captured from the skirmishes, identified a critical vulnerability in the Krellian fleet's communication network. Exploiting this weakness, Earth's forces broadcasted a disruptive signal, sowing confusion and disarray among the Krellian ships. With the Krellian fleet in chaos and their flagship crippled, the humans pressed their advantage. A coordinated strike, combining the firepower of Earth's orbital defenses and the tactical acumen of the SDF, succeeded in disabling the flagship's main reactor. Commander Zek, realizing the futility of continuing the fight under such conditions, ordered a retreat. As the Krellian ships withdrew, Earth's defenders took a moment to catch their breath. The victory was hard-won, and the skies above Earth bore the scars of battle. Debris from both human and Krellian ships floated in the silent expanse of space. Yet, amidst the wreckage, a sense of unity and determination strengthened the resolve of Earth's people. General Strickland, observing the aftermath from her command center, knew this was only the beginning of humanity's journey on the galactic stage, but it was a moment that marked their rise as a formidable power in the universe. After the fierce skirmish in Earth's orbit, the atmosphere in the secured interrogation room was charged with tension. General Ava Strickland, accompanied by her top intelligence officers, faced their most critical task yet, extracting valuable information from the captured Krellian officers. Among them was a high-ranking officer, Commander Lirak, whose strategic knowledge could potentially turn the tides in humanity's favor if another encounter were to occur. The room, starkly lit and utilitarian, contained only the essentials: a table, several chairs, and two-way mirrors for observation. Lirak sat restrained but composed, his sharp eyes surveying the humans with a mixture of disdain and curiosity. He was well aware of his precarious position, yet seemed unshaken, a testament to the rigorous training and stern discipline of the Krellian military. General Strickland initiated the interrogation with a calm, measured tone. "Commander Lirak, you are a long way from home, and your fleet has retreated. Cooperation could ensure your safety and possibly a peaceful resolution to this conflict." Her approach was straightforward, offering a lifeline, testing his willingness to engage. Lirak, however, was reticent, replying with clipped, non-committal answers. He was a veteran of many conflicts, skilled in the art of psychological warfare. "Your threats are as empty as your promises, human. Do you think me so easily swayed?" he challenged, trying to gauge the resolve and desperation of his captors. Faced with his resistance, Strickland switched tactics. She brought in Dr. Emily Zhao, a psychologist and expert in xenocommunication. Zhao's approach was softer, aimed at building a rapport with Lirak. She inquired about his culture, his family, and his experiences, trying to find common ground. Her questions were designed to break down barriers, humanizing her team in his eyes. This method slowly wore down Lirak's defenses. As hours turned into days, he began to share insights into Krellian society and military structure, though he remained cautious, revealing nothing that could directly endanger his people. He spoke of the Krellian Dominion's rigid hierarchical system and the immense pressure to succeed and expand their territory, which painted a picture of a society not unlike early human civilizations, driven by conquest and control. Utilizing the information Lirac provided, human intelligence crafted a more detailed profile of Krellian strategies and weaknesses. They learned of a network of supply routes that were heavily relied upon by the Krellian military, potential targets for future sabotage missions. Lirac, perhaps unwittingly, revealed the importance of these routes in maintaining their forces during prolonged engagements. Meanwhile, Strickland authorized a team of cryptographers and tech specialists to work on the data extracted from the captured Krellian technology. This parallel effort led to breakthroughs in understanding Krellian communication protocols and energy distribution systems, crucial for developing countermeasures and enhancing Earth's defense capabilities. As the interrogation sessions continued, a subtle shift occurred in Lirac's demeanor. He began to respect the humans for their resilience and intellect, a far cry from the disdain he initially displayed. The exchange of cultural insights and wartime ethics led to a mutual, albeit cautious, respect, a development that Strickland hoped to leverage in future negotiations. By the end of the interrogation process, Earth's strategic position had been significantly bolstered. With new intelligence and technological insights in hand, General Strickland and her advisors were better prepared for any future Krellian maneuvers. The successful extraction of information marked a pivotal moment in the conflict, demonstrating that victory could be achieved not just through strength and bravery, but through intellect and empathy. As Lirac was escorted back to his holding area, both parties understood that the dynamics of their engagement had fundamentally changed, potentially paving the way for a new kind of dialogue between Earth and the Krellian Dominion. Following the successful interrogation of Commander Lirac, General Ava Strickland ordered a daring mission that would test the limits of human ingenuity and bravery. Captain Michael Torres, the celebrated pilot and tactician who had proven his mettle in earlier skirmishes, was selected to lead a covert operation deep into enemy territory. The target was a strategic Krellian outpost located on a remote moon in the Jovian system, a critical node in their network of supply and communication lines recently uncovered by Lirac. The mission, codenamed Operation Silent Strike, was designed to gather intelligence and disrupt Krellian operations, potentially crippling their ability to wage prolonged war against Earth. Captain Torres and his team of elite commandos, known as the Ghost Unit, were equipped with stealth suits enhanced with technology reverse-engineered from the captured Krellian fighters. These suits rendered them nearly invisible to most sensors, a crucial advantage for the success of their infiltration. As the Ghost Unit approached the target aboard a small, stealth-modified shuttle, the tension was palpable. The moon's surface was rugged and barren, dotted with Krellian military installations that glowed faintly under the light of Jupiter's reflection. The team landed at a safe distance, making their way across the rocky terrain under the cover of darkness, their movements silent and precise. Upon reaching the perimeter of the outpost, they encountered their first obstacle, a series of high-energy barrier fields and automated defense systems. Using a combination of hacking devices and explosives, they carefully disabled the barriers without alerting the outpost. Torres, with his keen strategic mind, directed his team through the maze of security protocols, each step bringing them closer to the heart of the Krellian operation. Inside the outpost, the team split into two groups. One group, led by Lieutenant Sato, focused on downloading data from the Krellian command center. They tapped into the outpost's communication arrays, extracting logs, battle plans, and encrypted messages that would take weeks to analyze but promised a treasure trove of intelligence. The second group, under Torres's direct command, planted a series of high-yield explosives at critical structural points, designed to render the outpost inoperable. The mission proceeded smoothly until an unexpected complication arose. A routine patrol stumbled upon the area where Lieutenant Sato's team was operating. A brief but intense firefight ensued, forcing the team to accelerate their efforts. With time running out, Torres made the call to evacuate, signaling his team to regroup at the extraction point. As they made their escape, the explosives detonated, shaking the ground and sending plumes of debris into the low moon orbit. The outpost's destruction was not total, but it was enough to severely disrupt Krellian operations and send a clear message. Earth was capable of striking back, and striking hard. The Ghost unit barely made it back to their shuttle, dodging additional patrols and navigating through the chaos they had created. As they lifted off, with Krellian forces scrambling to respond, Torres allowed himself a brief smile. They had faced incredible risks, but the success of the mission had given Earth a fighting chance. Back on Earth, General Strickland reviewed the mission's debriefing with a mixture of pride and relief. The intelligence gathered provided insights into Krellian military protocols and revealed weaknesses in their supply chains that could be exploited in future operations. More importantly, the mission had demonstrated human resourcefulness and the ability to adapt alien technology to their advantage. As she prepared for the next phase of the war, Strickland felt a renewed sense of confidence in her forces. Earth was not just defending, it was now taking the fight to the enemy. The destruction of the Krellian outpost on the remote moon not only disrupted the enemy's supply lines, but also sent ripples of uncertainty through their ranks. The success of Operation Silent Strike marked a pivotal moment in humanity's resistance against the Krellian threat, bolstering morale across Earth's military and civilian populations alike. General Ava Strickland seized this momentum, preparing Earth's forces for a counteroffensive that would expand their defensive war into a more aggressive stance. With the valuable intelligence gleaned from both the interrogation of Commander Lirak and the recent covert operation, Earth's Strategic Command developed a multi-pronged approach to the conflict. Key vulnerabilities in the Krellian military infrastructure were identified, particularly in their logistics and communications networks. Plans were drawn up to exploit these weaknesses, aiming to isolate and neutralize key Krellian units, thereby diminishing their operational effectiveness throughout the system. As the Space Defense Force, SDF, began its counteroffensive, the first target was a series of Krellian supply convoys en route to reinforce their primary battle stations. Utilizing the newly integrated stealth and cloaking technologies, human squadrons ambushed the convoys in a series of coordinated strikes across multiple sectors. These attacks not only deprived the Krellian forces of much-needed resources, but also sowed confusion and fear about where and when the next strike might occur. Parallel to these military maneuvers, Earth's diplomats worked tirelessly to capitalize on the shifting dynamic within the Galactic Council. The exposure of Krellian vulnerabilities and the demonstrated resilience of humanity began to sway previously neutral or skeptical member races. In a bold diplomatic move, Earth's representatives proposed a mutual defense pact among the lesser powers of the Council, framing it as a necessary step towards maintaining balance and preventing any single race from dominating the galaxy. Amidst the unfolding military and diplomatic efforts, an unexpected development occurred. The Zeltrons, a race known for their neutrality and advanced technology, reached out to Earth with an offer of alliance. Impressed by human valor and strategic depth, and concerned by the destabilizing ambitions of the Krellians, the Zeltrons provided Earth with critical intelligence and technology that significantly enhanced human capabilities in electronic warfare and shield technology. This newfound alliance proved to be a game-changer. Equipped with superior technology and enriched by tactical intelligence, Earth's forces launched a decisive operation against the Krellian stronghold in the asteroid belt of Sol system. The operation, led personally by Captain Michael Torres, saw a combined fleet of human and Zeltron forces engaging the Krellians in a fierce battle. The battle was intense and fraught with peril, as both sides deployed their most advanced weapons and tactics. The humans and their allies leveraged their enhanced electronic warfare capabilities to disrupt Krellian communications and sensor arrays, effectively blinding them at critical moments. Meanwhile, human pilots executed complex maneuvers that capitalized on their ships' enhanced agility and firepower, delivering devastating blows to Krellian defenses. As the battle reached its climax, a squadron led by Captain Torres managed to penetrate the defenses and deliver a series of crippling strikes to the Krellian command center located within the asteroid belt. The operation inflicted severe damage to the Krellian war machinery and significantly degraded their ability to wage an extended campaign. In the aftermath of the battle, the balance of power began to shift noticeably. With their stronghold compromised and supply lines disrupted, the Krellians found themselves on the defensive for the first time. This shift was not lost on the Galactic Council, whose members began to view Earth not just as a fledgling member of the interstellar community, but as a key player in maintaining galactic peace and stability. The counteroffensive marked a turning point in the war, establishing Earth as a formidable force capable of not only defending its sovereignty, but also asserting its influence across the galaxy. General Strickland, reviewing the reports of the operation's success, knew that while the war was far from over, Earth had now earned a new level of respect and fear among the stars. This respect, she hoped, would pave the way towards a lasting peace, or at least towards a position where Earth could negotiate from a place of strength. The tides of war had shifted in favor of Earth, and with this momentum, General Ava Strickland authorized an ambitious offensive to further consolidate humanity's newfound standing in the galaxy. The objective was clear: to challenge the Krellian forces in a decisive battle near Titan, one of Saturn's moons, where the Krellians were attempting to establish a new strategic base. This base threatened to serve as a springboard for renewed attacks on Earth, and its neutralization was imperative. Captain Michael Torres was again at the forefront of the planning and execution of this critical mission, now dubbed Operation Stellar Shield. The operation was the culmination of all previous efforts, a direct assault on the Krellian presence in the outer solar system, intended to break their will to continue the conflict. The battle preparations were meticulous. Earth's forces, augmented by their Zeltron allies, equipped their ships with the latest technology. Stealth fighters, equipped with quantum cloaking devices, were to lead the initial strike, targeting Krellian sensor arrays and communication satellites to blind the enemy before a full assault was launched. Behind these fighters, a fleet of heavily armed cruisers and battleships moved into position, ready to engage the Krellian warships. As the Earth and Allied forces approached Titan, the vast emptiness of space near the moon became a canvas for the ensuing chaos. The first phase of the operation went smoothly, with stealth units successfully disabling key Krellian defenses. However, the Krellians, aware of the strategic importance of their position, had prepared extensively, deploying a formidable array of defensive platforms and a fleet of their own, reinforced by mercenaries from other aggressive alien races. The battle escalated quickly into a full-scale confrontation. Krellian destroyers, equipped with devastating plasma cannons, opened fire, creating a deadly ballet of bright energy blasts and explosions in the dark void around Titan. Human and Zeltron ships maneuvered through the barrage, returning fire with precision-guided missiles and synchronized laser volleys, chipping away at the Krellian lines. Captain Torres, commanding the flagship, the SDF Vindicator, led from the front. His ship, at the heart of the conflict, became a prime target. The Vindicator was rocked by a direct hit that disabled its main engines, causing a moment of panic among the crew, but Torres, with his characteristic calm under pressure, rallied his team, directing them to reroute power and maintain their position in the formation. Amidst the chaos, an unexpected opportunity presented itself. The Krellian flagship, caught off guard by a feint from the Zeltron fleet, exposed its flank. Seizing the moment, Torres ordered a concentrated fire assault on the Krellian flagship. The combined firepower of Earth and Zeltron ships overwhelmed the enemy vessel, leading to a critical hit that ignited its core, resulting in a spectacular explosion that demoralized the Krellian forces. With their flagship destroyed, the Krellian resolve crumbled. Commander Zek, aboard another vessel, was forced to issue a retreat order, marking the first time in the conflict that the Krellians had to withdraw from a major engagement. The retreat was chaotic, with many Krellian and mercenary ships either being captured or destroyed as they attempted to flee. In the aftermath of the battle, the debris of destroyed ships orbited Titan like a grim reminder of the conflict's severity. Yet, for Earth and its allies, the victory was clear and resounding. They had not only defended their territory, but had taken the fight to the enemy with great success. General Strickland, upon receiving the news of the victory, felt a profound sense of relief and pride. The Battle of Titan's orbit had been a gamble, but it paid off, significantly weakening the Krellian presence in the solar system and giving humanity a substantial advantage in the ongoing war. The victory served as a testament to human courage, ingenuity, and the spirit of cooperation among the stars. Earth was no longer just a participant in galactic affairs, but a dominant force to be reckoned with. In the wake of the stunning victory at Titan, the morale among Earth's forces and its allies reached unprecedented heights. General Ava Strickland now saw an opportunity not just to push the Krellians back, but to potentially end the conflict decisively. Earth's forces, having demonstrated their capability and resilience, prepared for what they hoped would be the final push, a campaign designed to ensure that the Krellian threat could not reemerge. The Krellians, significantly weakened and demoralized by their losses, were regrouping in the outer sectors of the solar system. Their communications intercepted by Earth's intelligence suggested a splintering among their ranks, with some factions pushing for a continued offensive against Earth, while others advocated for retreat and regrouping. Seizing this moment of disarray, General Strickland initiated Operation Final Dawn, a multi-phase plan aimed at dismantling the remaining Krellian forces and securing a long-term peace. The first phase of the operation involved a series of rapid surgical strikes against Krellian supply depots and remaining outposts in the asteroid belt. Utilizing the stealth and speed of the newly upgraded interceptor fleet, Earth's pilots executed these missions with precision, often leaving before Krellian reinforcements could arrive. These strikes not only deprived the Krellians of necessary resources, but also sent a clear message. There would be no safe haven within the solar system. Parallel to the military operations, Earth's diplomats were working tirelessly at the Galactic Council, negotiating support for a resolution to officially condemn the Krellian aggression and to call for their unconditional surrender. With many council members swayed by Earth's recent victories and diplomatic efforts, the resolution gained traction. This diplomatic pressure intensified the divide within the Krellian command structure, isolating their war-mongering leaders. As Earth's forces prepared for the second phase of the operation, they fortified their positions around key strategic points, including the recovered moons of Mars and the newly established forward bases on Titan. From these positions, they could launch deep space operations and maintain a defensive stance that could repel any renewed Krellian attacks. The climax of Operation Final Dawn came when intelligence pinpointed the location of a secret meeting of Krellian leaders, convened to discuss their next move. Captain Michael Torres, leading a special operations team, embarked on a covert mission to capture these leaders. The mission was risky, involving a deep infiltration into enemy territory with no guarantee of success. However, the team managed to apprehend several key figures, including a member of the Krellian High Command, effectively paralyzing their strategic capabilities. With the Krellian leadership in disarray and their military capabilities severely crippled, a ceasefire was finally brokered through the Galactic Council. The terms were heavily in favor of Earth, demanding the Krellians relinquish their claims to several disputed territories and agree to demilitarization zones. The treaty also stipulated ongoing Earth oversight and participation in the rebuilding of the regions affected by the Krellian incursions, ensuring a stable and peaceful reconstruction. As peace was declared, celebrations erupted across Earth and its colonies. Humanity had not only survived the conflict, but had emerged as a respected and formidable power on the galactic stage. General Strickland, reflecting on the journey, knew that the real work was just beginning. The war had shown the need for unity among the diverse peoples of Earth and highlighted the potential for leadership within the broader galactic community. In this new era, Earth looked forward to fostering alliances and contributing to a lasting peace in the galaxy. The spirit of resilience and cooperation that had carried them through the conflict would now be needed more than ever as they embarked on rebuilding and shaping a future where Earth was a key player in galactic affairs. The final stand was not just a battle fought with weapons, but a statement of humanity's arrival as a mature, capable, and influential member of the interstellar community. The war had ended, and the dust of conflict settled into a cautious peace. Earth, now recognized as a formidable presence in the interstellar community, began to navigate the complexities of this new reality. General Ava Strickland, hailed as a hero for her leadership throughout the conflict, was appointed as Earth's first ambassador to the Galactic Council. Her new role was a testament to Earth's elevated status and her personal commitment to fostering galactic peace and cooperation. The Galactic Council sessions, once a place of tense negotiations and cautious diplomacy, now warmly welcomed Earth's delegation. The council chambers, a grand hall filled with representatives from across the galaxy, buzzed with a new energy as discussions of reconstruction and future security measures took precedence. Earth's contributions were crucial, and General Strickland's voice carried weight, advocating for policies that promoted mutual respect, technological exchange, and defense cooperation. Back on Earth and its colonies, reconstruction was underway. Cities and stations that had suffered during the conflict were being rebuilt, with improvements not just in infrastructure but also in public services and defense systems. Technology recovered and adapted from the Krellians was integrated into daily life, enhancing everything from energy production to medical care. The war had spurred innovations that now propelled humanity forward, improving quality of life and security. In the spirit of the newfound unity, Captain Michael Torres led a multi-species task force dedicated to the enforcement of the peace treaty and the security of the demilitarization zones. His crew, comprising humans and several alien races, operated out of a state-of-the-art spacecraft, the UNS Harmony. Their mission was not just enforcement, but also a symbol of collaborative peacekeeping efforts under the new galactic framework. The Krellians, their society disrupted by the defeat, underwent significant changes. Under the oversight of Earth and Galactic Council envoys, they dismantled their militaristic regime, transitioning to a government that prioritized civil affairs and diplomatic engagement. Reconciliation efforts were complex, marked by trials for war crimes but also by initiatives that aimed to heal the wounds of war. The Krellians' journey from adversaries to members of the galactic community was watched closely and facilitated by advisors, including those from Earth, who shared their experiences of post-war recovery. Humanity's rise to prominence also sparked a cultural renaissance. Artists, writers, and filmmakers drew inspiration from the events of the war, creating works that explored themes of resilience, unity, and exploration. These cultural exports found their way across the galaxy, making Earth a hub for not only technology and diplomacy, but also for arts and culture, further enhancing its influence and soft power. As part of her ambassadorial duties, General Strickland organized the first interstellar cultural festival on Earth, inviting artists, diplomats, and citizens from numerous planetary systems. The festival was a vibrant celebration of diversity, with exhibitions, performances, and forums that highlighted the rich cultural tapestries of the galaxy's many civilizations. It served as a powerful reminder of what had been fought for and what was achieved, a peaceful and collaborative galaxy where every species could share in and contribute to a collective future. Reflecting on the journey, General Strickland stood at the podium during the festival's opening ceremony, her eyes sweeping over the crowd of diverse beings gathered together in harmony. "We have all witnessed the depths to which despair can take us," she began, her voice steady and clear. "And now we stand together at the height of hope. Let this be our legacy, that we chose not just to survive, but to thrive together." The festival, much like the new era it celebrated, was a testament to the resilience and potential of all sentient beings to overcome adversity through unity and mutual respect. Earth, once an isolated planet struggling with its own divisions, had now truly joined the greater galactic community, not only as a member, but as a leader, ready to face whatever challenges the future might hold, together.